Good afternoon, Noel. This is Greg Reed with Heike Marketing. I'm here on your website. Been spending some time taking a look at your market, your web. Besides your website, I've looked at a competitor too, and the kind of the market that you're in there. Very interesting. I it's a niche, a market I had never even considered. So, but anyway, let me get into your website to start with. Nice color, nice layout, very well done. There's a couple things though that I might suggest while I'm here on your home page, your website, that would make a difference in how many people contact you once they're here on your site. We've learned over the years that having a phone number somewhere here on your front page, most people prefer, and when I build a website, I like to put it up here at the top. The larger, no, you don't want huge letters, but if you had, a phone number about the size here of your logo, that would be great, and make it clickable, save some time. In that way, you're going to catch people that might be looking at this on their cell phone. Whereas, you've got a phone number here. I think you got to go to your contact us page to get a phone number, and then it's way down here in the footer. So when people have to look for a way to contact you, you're going to lose people. So just a couple of little things there that would make it easier for them to contact you. You're going to find you get a few more customers that way. One other thing that I'd like to bring up, and I'll go more into content and how important content is to Google and how your site gets ranked, but your site could use some more content, especially on the home page. Very little information here, and it does matter both to the person looking for information and especially to Google. You see, when it comes to ranking websites, what Google is after is that they want to present the most authoritative website to answer questions, to fulfill what the searcher is looking for. They want to present the very best authoritative content for whatever search term or subject is being searched for. So that plays highly to in the eyes of Google how they look at the authority of a website. And again, it's the most authoritative website that Google is what Google wants to present, for a search. So when Google takes a look at and is considering authority and what constitutes an authoritative website to Google, there's three things that come into play: the amount and the quality of the content, the number of citations. A citation is the company's name, address, and phone number listed in different directories all throughout the internet. And the third thing is backlinks, both the quality and the quantity of backlinks connected to a website. Those are the three items. They kind of have a synergistic effect for Google in that no one of these three things is going to get a person or a website listed at the top of Google, but it's kind of a trifecta that they consider all three and how high all three of those rank in their eyes. And that's how that's the formula that they use to determine how much authority a website has, and that's how they rank. So I'm going to look at those three items here and going through this and how you stack up to and compare to main competitors. I'm going to just looking at your website and what I could find on here. I know you have services, traditional landscaping services also, but I'm just going to take the lead of what you've got here and go with synthetic turf, just as to use in the search the keyword phrase. So I've done. Well, let me back up before I get into that. Let me start off with content. There's an easy little trick to find out how much site each and every website contains. And to do that, you just go in front of the URL, type in or enter the word site, S-I-T-E, and then a colon, and hit enter. And that'll bring up how many pages of content is on a site. So as I was going through some of this, for your site, like 12 pages. 12 pages, you have 12 pages of content on your site. And again, I use this phrase, this keyword, synthetic turf. And since you're in Tampa, that's your home base, Tampa, Florida. So synthetic turf, Tampa, Florida as a keyword. The sites that came up here, and basically, and it's changed. I won't bore you with the details, but First Turf is really your main competitor from what I can see going through all of this. First Turf is, speaking of content, they only have 8 pages of content. So see, this goes right back to not any one of the 3 items taken by itself is sufficient to get a person to the top of Google, because you have more content than First Turf does. And yet, they're here on the first page of Google, and it varies a little bit where they're at. Like I mentioned, each time I've done a search, last time I did a search, they were up here at the top of the map pack, and Beach Bum Turf was a little bit further down. Forever Lawn was, anyway, these 3 things, because they're so tight in their numbers that Google is looking at, Google kind of lets them go back and forth here in the top 3 and at the top of their list. And that if any one of these 3 was dominant in those 3 numbers, those 3 items, they'd be stuck here at the top and wouldn't budge. But when you do a search and you see a couple of them switching positions on a regular basis, that's just because they're kind of even or very close to being equal in the eyes of Google. So Google doesn't want to really say this one site is the most authoritative. And so they kind of fudge a little bit on their rankings. So content, you have 12 pages of content. First Turf has 8 pages of content. Citations, you were really nowhere to be found. I mean, you're on here. Of course, your site pulls up when you enter it. But as far as the rankings, I went down to the 8th page looking for your site, and it's not there. So when it comes to ranking for synthetic turf, I did a search for artificial turf, artificial grass, a number of those keywords and search terms people would be using. And you're just so far back that you got a long ways to come up. But, That's not necessarily a bad thing. So, um, backlinks. The other mentioned content, citations. Again, I can just guarantee that these competitors have more citations than you have. So let's turn our attention to backlinks, because this is where I found backlinks are not that hard to add more to get quality backlinks. So I don't want to go too far here and run out of time or make this way too long for you. Let me turn my attention to backlinks. A backlink is not not all backlinks are created equal. Backlinks also have a trust factor to them in the eyes of Google. And so there are two terms that we use in the industry when it comes to the quality of a backlink. There's the trust flow and there's citation flow. Now, trust flow is just like it sounds. It deals with the amount of trust Google has in a backlink. So I pulled up, this is the search here. Oh, this is a tool called Majestic. This is really considered the best tool when it comes to taking a look at backlinks, the quality of backlinks, how many, and getting into that type of an analysis for a website. So that's where I'm at here. I'm using Majestic, and these are their numbers. Again, the standard for those for for guys like me and what we do. So 28 and 28, which is good. These are very good numbers. Very, very good numbers. Now, to look at the individual backlinks linked to a website, so let's take a look at the individual backlinks here for First Turf. Again, these are whoever did their linking for them has got some very good backlinks for them. These are excellent backlinks, and they have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good quality backlinks. Now, one more thing about backlinks: there are no follow backlinks and there are follow backlinks. A follow backlink has more juice, more punch than a no follow backlink. So, as I said, these are some good backlinks. One positive in your favor is they don't have a lot. There's just a couple of good quality backlinks, but it's enough that because of the competition, mostly in your for your keyword and in right here in your neck of the woods, the competition is not huge. So these scores are enough to put, again, First Turf up to the top of Google. Let's pull up your site now and compare some numbers here. Transcape. It should have pulled up. Sorry about that. There we go. Forgive my voice here. I'm battling some allergies, I think. Your trust flow is 0. Citation flow is 20, which is not in and of itself is not a bad number. But your trust flow here is absolutely 0. And you've only got a few backlinks. So again, let's pull up the list of individual backlinks. Take a look at why, and you've got trust flow, or yeah, that's just for the domain. I've only got just a couple, and they're all 0 when it comes to trust flow. So that's why backlinks is where your competitors are outdoing you, absolutely outdoing you. And until you get more backlinks added here, good quality backlinks and a substantial number of them, they will continue to dominate your market there. Now I looked because, well, I also looked at another one of your services, landscaping, and I did a search for landscaping Tampa. The competition there really, again, is their numbers are very, very low. I was quite surprised because so many landscaping companies, their numbers are more like, in the 20s and the 25 and the 30s. So your competition is very lacking, even for landscaping in the Tampa area. I guess what I'm getting at is your competition is not, their numbers are not all that strong or stellar in pretty much all of the keywords that you could use to rank for. It would not be that hard to beat out your competition. In fact, as I was going through all of this, I thought, this is extremely interesting. Noel has a business here. He's sitting on a powder keg that he could light and just explode into first place here for pretty much all of the services that you do and that you offer your customers. Just with some good backlinking, add some content to your pages, make a couple of changes, add a phone number, a visible phone number, and a few things. You're sitting, it wouldn't take very long at all for you to move right into the top, both of the synthetic turf, artificial turf, and the landscaping niches there for Tampa area. So, well, I'm excited. I will, if you touch base, you get back with me. I'm interested. I want to help you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Is I have the skills to plug some backlinks into your site, and the skills that I could help you dominate your local market for all of the services and the products that you offer if you're interested and you really want to grow. And more than willing, I guess partly because this is in a niche, your synthetic turf, that I wasn't aware of. Well, I knew, but anyway, my interest is extremely piqued, and I know I'm beginning to ramble here a little bit, and I'm sorry. I'll stop. But I will be trying to contact you, and I'll let it go at that. But so I hope I've been able to give you something here to be of value. Feel free to use this information in any way. There's no obligations here to this review. And I never want anybody to feel like I'm doing this for for other reasons than just helping business owners understand Google a little bit better, why their websites matter, and what will make their business more profitable, more productive, because the website is a hugely important tool in today's marketing, in today's marketing world. So I hope again something here has been of value to you. I appreciate the time you spent watching this and the time you've given me to take a look at your business and how I might be able to help you. So I hope you've had a great day.